Good morning. Today we are discussing various tips on how to pass your PhD thesis defense. One of the key things is know what is expected of you. One key thing to know is the venue of the defense, the time, and the date of your oral examination. It's also important to know the time allocated for your presentation, both the PowerPoint presentation and part of the questions. If it's okay to know the number of examiners would be very important, so you prepare on how to handle each of the examiners. The other key thing in terms of knowing what is expected of you is how to navigate your PowerPoint presentation. If it has animations or if it has links, it's quite important to know how to navigate that. Next point on how to pass your this is viva voce or oral examination is to understand your thesis inside out. It's important not to memorize your work because it's your work, you have done it, but know it inside out. If you can, bring your thesis, both soft copy and hard copy. You can have some notes as well, and any publications emanating from that work. Where you would make sure you know where your work fits in the field of study, and also make sure you know what are the recent developments in the field, and also make sure you know, particularly if you did data analysis, if you did figures, make sure you understand them, you know how to operate them. Make sure you have also, if you can, make sure you have your raw data, maybe in soft form, in case of questions. The third tip in terms of passing your PhD thesis or examination is prepare for questions. If your supervisors allowed you to submit the thesis, for sure it's good enough. So there is nothing to worry about. But some questions that you must expect include: what is the original contribution of your work to the scientific world? What were the objectives or questions addressed by this research work? Also, you should be expecting to be asked the strengths and the weaknesses of your work. Sometimes you might be asked, what is the future work? Or if funding was not a problem, what would you do more than that? Normally, the external examiners are technical persons in the field, so expect also technical questions in the subject in addition to the general questions. The fourth tip or the fourth advice, if you want to pass your PhD oral examination, is sincerely do your homework. What we mean by doing your homework: if you know the external examiner, learn about their work, see what motivates them in their research. Also check where they publish their work, because this is very important. It indicates their motivation, their intentions in science. Also check what's their main contributions to the knowledge and science, and also in the public domain, in the community service or social responsibility. Make sure you check about the policies of the university, of the Commission for University Education or other governing bodies, and also postgraduate guidelines, what they require in terms of publications, in terms of thesis length, in terms of other aspects of your defense. Make sure you check up-to-date theories in the field, including controversies and the other thoughts that are emanating in the field. The fifth and the final tip this morning in terms of passing your PhD thesis examination is plan, 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 and again I say plan. What do we mean by this is examiners are not up to tripping you to fail. Actually, the objective is for you to pass. But make sure you plan for the viva, for the defense. One key thing is, once you know the date, work backwards to make sure by the time the date approaches, you are prepared well in terms of PowerPoint presentation, in terms of understanding the thesis, and any other related material. Normally, if the oral examination will be physical, plan for your transport so that you are there in good time. Make sure you relax, make sure you eat well, make sure you sleep well, and also being good physical appearance, both the physically and how you are dressed. For online oral examinations, make sure you can navigate your presentation and the other virtual presentation applications, for example, Zoom, Google Meet, and those, so that you don't have a challenge when you're trying to share your slides or responding to questions. Normally, Vivas take approximately 2 hours or more. Make sure you carry a bottle of water, one or two, so that you can hydrate yourself. And also, you need to know it's an honest discussion, so feel free to politely disagree with examiners and where you feel strongly. So, those are the 5 tips on how to pass your PhD oral examination. Thank you.